All right, Nathan Martinez. All right, today is the final plea deadline date.
So this is the situation, Judge. At the last sitting, we conveyed, since this is a capital, our offer to the state. And then Jason needed to meet with Mr. Gonzalez to see what would happen with that. He did convey to me yesterday their counter offer to my offer. So I've discussed that with Mr. Martinez. And we're contemplating possibly countering back a different number. So there's that. And so, I mean, I feel like we're still kind of in pre-negotiations for it to be a final plea deadline date.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, this is not Mr. Garahan's fault. I kept talking to him about a certain piece of evidence that just doesn't seem to be anywhere in my murder file. And he agreed, and then he finally did find it over at the lab, and he did get that to me today. Well, that does change kind of a lot of what I had been talking about with my client based on this not new evidence, but new evidence kind of to us. And I told Jason that probably causing me to need to get a specific type of an expert appointed. So I just feel like we're still kind of wavering amongst, I mean, I know we're getting close to either a number that we're all going to agree to or go to trial. We're just not quite there yet.
All right, this is being set for trial. We've been back so many times on a plea deadline date. So I need a trial setting. Y'all want to discuss the trial date?
Sure, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2024 CR 4221 State versus Ricardo Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense?
Andrew Priest for the defense.
Are you Ricardo Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes,
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
yes.
All right, everyone, we're on the record, so please don't approach the coordinator. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we move to waive the repeater enhancement and also waive count 1 and proceed on count 2.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
No,
Mr. Martinez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? The document that tells you your rights, did you review that with your attorney?
yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance?
Yes.
Felony group 1, 1 to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes,
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand?
yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes,
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
no, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
yes,
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge. I conferred with the state. I believe they were going to let us address the fine, so I don't know if that would be outside the agreement.
All right. State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, not at this time, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, DWI intervention, the victim impact panel live, and ignition interlock. Did you understand those are recommendations from the
Yes.
state and the court does
ma'am.
not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how do you plead to count 2? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers State's Exhibit number 1 and attachment.
And I've reviewed those documents with my client. We have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the waivers with your attorney? This
Yes,
document, did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we'd like to proceed with sentencing today.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would just ask that you follow the plea bargain. My client is almost 70 years old. He has a variety of health issues, knows he made a mistake. And we would just ask that the court follow the plea bargain. Regarding defining community service, he is indigent. He is on a fixed income. He is 70 years old. We just have concerns about him being able to pay the full fine in addition to the court costs and whatever classes he would have to take while he's on probation. And he does have a variety of health issues, and he just has a concern about physically being able to complete his community service. So we would just ask if the court would take that into consideration.
What's your health issue? What is your health issue?
Oh, right now it's hurting right here. I fell in the county car slip. So,
So you didn't have issues before you were arrested?
yes, I had 4 screws in my back. A broken hip, a broken arm. They're gonna break it again, so I could operate, but no.
So why are you still driving around with drugs and committing DWIs? That doesn't stop you with
What?
your health issues.
I can't hear you.
Why do you keep with your health issues? Why are you driving around with drugs? Why are you picking up DWIs? That doesn't affect your health
It's
issues.
been 30 years ago, man.
No, this drug case was not 30 years ago today. If it was 30 years, we wouldn't be here.
DWIs only.
And you have this drug case.
That was something else. You won't believe me anyway, so.
Well, so here's the thing. people will come before me, they have medical issues and they say, don't give me community service because I can't do these, I can't do community service, but people can commit a crime.
I can clean up, you know,
Okay.
like at the,
Who do you live by yourself?
yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Do you have any grandchildren? Do you have any grandchildren?
Grandchildren,
Yes.
yes,
All right. This is what the state, you're asking for this DWI intervention and victim impact panel live and ignition interlock. Why is that?
Judge, just in the stipulation, so as the defendant just stated, I mean, he does have prior DWIs in his history. It's concerning to me that the evidence that was stipulated to was that while he was sitting in his car, he was thrown back multiple Modelo beers. Had the police not intervened at the time that they did, he would have been driving while intoxicated. So that's why I'm asking for that, Your Honor.
All right. There's a $2,000 fine. It'll be probated. 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. TAP evaluation in custody. Follow TAP recommendations. Also, we'll do a referral to felony drug court. That's to be in custody. There's to be regular random UAs. Proof of employment or SSI. Within 45 days of release, there's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. No unsupervised contact with minors. Ignition interlock for half the term. You want to speak towards the victim impact panel and the DWI intervention? Because this the facts are, this would have been a DWI if he had been driving and.
Once again, Judge, he wasn't charged with any type of DWI. There were some DWIs in his past. However, my understanding is his last DWI was over 20 years ago. Whatever the court feels is appropriate, I would argue that if he's being evaluated for felony drug court, the random UAs, the TAP evaluation, I believe all of those things would hopefully address any issues regarding either drugs or alcohol that he may have, can be addressed through the TAP or through the felony drug court.
All right, state, what I'm going to do, I think to address your issues, your concern with his driving, I'll do the ignition interlock. Defense, you are correct. The TAP evaluation should provide some type of treatment if you're honest. All right, so ignition interlock, half the term, 120 sober meetings in 120 days upon release. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, you're gonna have to change your ways. Otherwise, it's not gonna end well for you. Understand?
Yes,
All right, good luck to you in this court to be successful on probation. Communication is key. If for any reason you feel as though your issues are not being addressed, you can speak to probation. And if they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Yes,
Judge. May I
ma'am.
be excused?
Bologna. Who's the attorney for Leonardo Bologna?
Here, Judge.
Thanks.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right. Hello, counsel, you're on this side.
Sorry, Judge.
That's okay. So where are we on discovery?
Judge, I believe we have discovery. I've conferred with the state and we're just asking for a 30-day reset. There's a matter of restitution and I've spoken with the family. And so we're going to try to pay that in
All
the
right.
30 days.
So
Judge.
has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, I need a plea deadline date in 30 days on Bologna. All right, February 24th will be your plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
If an agreement is not reached at that time, then your next setting will be a jury trial date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, so the cause number in the indictment should be 2024 CC 735598.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. All right, so why should I accept the plea of 103 days? It appears that he won't stop stealing.
Judge, it's a plea agreement that we have with the state. I think in this instance, it was, bad decision. He's taken responsibility. I think 103 days is more than appropriate.
All right, but I don't understand. He won't stop stealing. Why do you continue to steal?
And I apologize though.
No, I mean, hey, that's CVS pharmacy. But why do you continue to steal?
I was having a bad day. I was stuck, I'm stuck in San Antonio. I didn't have no money. What? I really don't got an excuse.
Right, because here's the thing. What if everybody decided I'm having a bad day? I'm in a place that I don't want to be, so everybody just starts stealing.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. You're continuing to steal. And now you have a felony because you continue to steal.
Yeah.
So is a can of beer worth 103 days of your life?
No.
That's what y'all agreed to, 103 days in the jail for a can of beer. All right, court is finding you guilty. Court will sentence you to 103 days under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled, and there's to be no contact with CVS Pharmacy. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Who is here with the interpreter?
For present judge,
All right, which client is this?
it's Juan Manuel Alada Rascon.
All right, Juan Rascon. All right, so my understanding, the agreed protective order was signed and the state was supposed to tender an offer.
And we have, Your Honor.
Okay. And the immigration attorney?
Yes, Judge, I talked to the MAC office. They're going to be sending me a Padilla letter or memo
Okay.
regarding his immigration status. Additionally, with regards to the plea offer, I consulted with my client.
Mhm.
He reviewed it and rejected it and is asking for a jury trial.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Mr. Rascon, do you need any time to think about the state's offer or no? Otherwise, I'll set you for jury trial and your plea deadline date will have expired and the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. So do you wish for a jury trial?
Yes.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 to 3 days, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, for family violence, I need a jury trial date, 2 to 3 days. All right, your jury trial date will be April 1st. You'll be brought over dressed in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in some other different clothing, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Counsel, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good one. All right, who's here on Homero Sanchez?
Before we get started on this, the complainant is here in the courtroom and he would like to give a victim's impact statement.
All right, then you all are gonna have to come back in the afternoon.
What happened, Judge? I'm sorry.
They have a complainant. The complainant wishes to give a victim impact statement. So you all need to be back in the afternoon.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Eleazar Abanes? And there are no applications. Court is calling 2024 CR 4016, State of Texas versus Eleazar Ibanez. Ibanez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense?
Juan Aguilera for Mr. Ibanez.
And are you Mr. Ibanez? All right, and I know you have a motion to revoke as well, but we'll take this case up first. Counsel, have you received all discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ibanez, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ibanez, did you review court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest detention vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the way you were represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. There's no applications. This will run concurrently with 2022 CR 11794. The state will take in consideration 2024 PF 28444, 445, and 446. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offers State's Exhibit Number 1 and attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will follow your agreement. The court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 11794. The court will take in consideration the following cause number, 2024 PF 2844, 445, and 446. Is there anything with regards to sentencing under that cause number?
No, Your Honor.
Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and
Yes.
sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
We're proceeding in cause number 2022 CR 11794. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you the same Eleazar Ibanez Jr., who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 11794 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on June 1st, 2023 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, just for clarification, so the copy of the MTR that I have is labeled First Amended, but it does have a portion at the bottom labeled Second Amended. Does the court have that version?
Yes, I do.
Okay, So the state will be proceeding on violation of condition number 1 on or about the 22nd day of December 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Eleazar Ibanez Jr. committed the offense of evading arrest in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We
State-
waive and abandon the remainders, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, please.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. It is for the court to grant the state's motion, revoke the defendant's community supervision, and sentence him to 5 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
All right, is that the agreement?
That's the agreement, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? Then the court will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and I'll request the therapeutic community. Therapeutic community does not increase the time that you're in custody, but it may help with any drug issues you may have. All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
36.
All right, you're getting close to where you're spending a lot of your time in prison. You're gonna have to make a decision. If you want to spend the rest of your life in prison or locked down somewhere, guess what? They will always find money to do that. But if you want to change your ways, you can't be doing this anymore. You understand? All right, good luck to you, okay? You're
May I
welcome.
be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Martinez, Ricardo, that's what you have in the back. Clara?
Miguel Contreras.
Jesse Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, we have a plea agreement, just getting the paperwork done. I know you want us to come back at 1:30. I
Yes.
can't. Can I come back tomorrow,
Yes.
please?
All right, Norma, on Miguel Contreras, that's going to be a plea. They'll come back to remark. Is the paperwork done or no?
We're gonna get it done before we leave today.
Oh.
If this, is that okay?
Well, if you all do the paperwork before you leave today, are you able to appear by Zoom?
By the office, yeah, through the office. yeah.
All right, so what we'll do is you complete your paperwork, go over it with your client,
Yeah.
and then we'll have you back at 1:30 for Zoom.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
I'll just wait for the state's paperwork, just have a seat and we'll get.
Hello.
Hello, Judge.
All right, where are we on Mr. Folsom?
Yes, Judge. Currently regarding the discovery setting for today, we're still waiting blood discovery from Texas DPS as of this time, Judge. So that's where we are regarding discovery.
All right, does anybody have any idea when this will be done? Because it's been going on since last year. See, if you say last year, it makes it sound very long, but
It does.
it's in October of last year.
Yes.
So,
Your Honor, I think that probably be more suitable for the states as another they're requesting.
all right, State, do you have an idea when the blood discovery will be available for defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna reset this, and if blood discovery is not in, somebody needs to have whoever is in charge of blood discovery, DPS or whoever the officer may be, and they'll need to come in and explain why there's no blood discovery. I'm sure Mr. Folsom does not want to remain in jail awaiting blood discovery.
Yes, Your Honor, on the subject of that, I did previously file a motion to reduce bond. I know it's currently set at 30,000. In lights of some of this delay issues, may the bond be reduced in half to 15,000?
All right, so with regards to the bond issue, if y'all can come back at 1:30 and I'll take that matter up.
Okay.
All right,
Yes, Judge.
Thank
We
you.
approach then? Yes,
yes.
thank you.
All right, everyone, we're gonna go on break.